PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, in association with JBMGames.com. This is a JBM Games review. Formula 1 2010 on the PS3. Well, first of all, we're going to look at the features of the game, and first of all you have all the normal things like you can go straight to a championship, chase into a race, but then the main thing I would say, like time trials and stuff, the main thing I would say is the career mode in this game. It really is quite good and it goes in depth. It's a bit like Colin McRae Dirt and Grid Over Grid. You have your little area, you have your race, your thing. That's where you go to qualifying and stuff. You have standings in the championship. You can choose your helmet, your agent, which shows your contract, but that's a bit of naff really. You also, outside you have your press thing, which is where we are now, but this is where the licenses is. This game is the only F1 game, so it's what you want if you're an F1 fan, to be honest. Has all the drivers, cars and tracks, which is what you want. You have the press conferences, they get a bit repetitive, so I won't talk about them at all. The garage realism, when you're in a race, if it's in career mode or not, this is in career mode, but you have your engineer who gives you your objectives, things like that. Then info, that gives you the practice, qualifying, race. We're now going to go into a race soon. You have the tyres, strategy, this is the best thing you have. How many of you've used during the sessions, how many you've got left, and your race strategy, which we're going to go on to now. Race strategy, you can choose what option tyre you go on to, if you go into option prime, or if it's rain you go into wet, and when that is, what lap. Then your teammate challenge, but we're not going to look at that, that just compares you to your teammate. Then you go on to here and you've got your live time, and you've got your weather, your track info, your research and development, and your car setup, which is just very realistic, I think, for a game. It's really good. And then you click go to race and you see the engine just taking off everything to come onto it. It really does feel quite real, which I think is a very good addition to a game like this, to be honest. It really is good, and it's one of the better efforts realistically that I feel. The next is the flashback, the Codemasters flashback. It's in games like Race Driver Grid and Colin McRae Dirt. You can crash into them, do what I've just done now, and then you can rewind and do that corner again if you have to. When this isn't available in the very, very hard states of the game, like when you go to expert level, you can't do this. They take it away. You can have them if you want, but obviously it makes it less real. I don't know whether it's going to work on Formula 1 games because it's all about fine art, so it's a little one to see if it will work. But now the gameplay, we're going to go for a lap of Bahrain. First is the grid, the start of the race. I think this is better than any other game. You have to time it right. You accelerate as it goes and you go. You can't see the lights through the grid. I think that is really, really good, because usually they have a little screen that you see in. That you can't see them through that back of the thing, so that's really good. Next we're going to move on to the first corner. It's a big one. A big thing I think in Formula 1 games is the first corner. I think this is better efforts than most, to be honest. It does capture the first corner very, very well, I think, and it's a better efforts than most. Can't do much else. Cars move out of the way if you're in their way, so that's what you want. Next, it's the cornering. I think this is the best corner at Bahrain test corner. It's really sharp hairpin, and as you see there, it's very, very good. As you slow down, you can't turn while you're braking, which is good. It's realistic. Next is overtaking. Overtaking, as you can see now, it's easy to overtake. You go past them. I'm on amateur, so we can see these overtaking. The cars move out of the way like they would in real life, which is very, very realistic and makes the game a lot better, I believe. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about the options when you're in car. You have manual sequential gearbox. You have an automatic gearbox, which is what most people choose. I use manual. Then you can have racing lines. I haven't got these. Or you turn off traction control like a realistic car, turn on braking controls, turn on acceleration controls, corner controls, anti-lock brakes, things like that. Just to test your difficulty. Obviously expert difficulty, it doesn't have any of these assists, which is realistic, but to make it more fun for whoever. Next is acceleration, and the noise and the feel of acceleration. I think it's really good. You hear it accelerate really very well, as you can hear now. The gears, I believe, are quite short, but that's compared to other Formula 1 games I've played, so I can't really compare. I can only compare to other Formula 1 games I've played, so that's not much I can compare to. Next, we're going to move on to the on-screen displays. These are the displays obviously on the screen, and you've got your lap, your position, your times around your position. As you can see, in comes sometimes the temperature and the condition of the car. You got your revs, your gear, and the where you are on the track, which it's just what you need. There's not much else you can say about that. It's just what happens in it. It's very good. As you, I use a force feedback wheel. You can use anything really. It's got rumble on the controller, which is good. Next we'll look at graphics. Now graphics is not much I can show you, but I'm going to just show the start of a race. This is how I would assess the graphics, to be honest. As you can see, they're very good. Now things we couldn't fit in. Sorry about this. Next it's things we couldn't fit in. There's, first of all, it's the competitors. There's only one competitor 4 years ago. It's got to be better than this. 4 years of development. It's a lot better. It's got all the cars graphics. Pit stops are something that good. They're manual. You slow down for the box. You slow down. You put your pit limiter on. And multiplayer, that's going to still to come. We'll do a review on that.